Hi again, everybody. I'm Dan Horde. He is Dave Lapham. It's time for Lap's Look, presented by Microsoft. We are going to go to the telestrator, take a closer look at this week's opponent, the Pittsburgh Steelers, 5-5, despite the loss of Ben Roethlisberger early this year, and trying to beat the Bengals for the 10th consecutive time. Man. No, make it stop.
No Ben, no Pouncey, no Connor maybe, no Juju. Come on now, it's time. But they still do have players. There's no question about that. And one that they do have, Minkah Fitzpatrick, he's got 5 interceptions, tied for most in the NFL. He's got a pick 6 on one of them. And all he's going to do here, great coverage by Hayden, and he's playing deep safety. You know, they're playing deep. Goff's going to try to thread it in there. Hayden tips it, tip drill. Fitzpatrick, make a play on it.
Why did he throw that?
Good question. He's always around the football. This guy, 4 out of his 5 interceptions are off deflections, which, you know, says a lot about him as a football player for sure. Let's take a look at this. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is their mantra, pressure. Bud Dupree, you have a guard setting firm at the line of scrimmage. With the tackle is off the line of scrimmage, different levels. Dupree is going to beeline on an ET twist. Cameron's going to come around. They're going to try to stay man. Witt's going to wash him down. Guards are going to get picked a little bit, and it's going to end up problems for Goff. I mean, everybody meets at the quarterback. The Rams got overwhelmed there, and down goes Goff. Pittsburgh Steelers, pressure, blitzes. I mean, they get after you. There's just absolutely no question about that.
8 sacks against the Bengals in week 4.
No sacks for the Bengals. The Bengals were -8 on the sack ratio. Let's take a look at this rookie linebacker, Bush. Not only does he play the run well, Boyle, we've seen the tight ends really hurt the Bengals in the 2 matchups against Baltimore. Boyle's going to run a route. Bush is going to run with him, turn and run right with him, and just blanket him, plaster him, and he gets the ball off a deflection. Boyle doesn't secure the football well enough. Bush takes it away from him. Big takeaway for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're number 2 in the NFL with 26 takeaways, and they've got over 30 sacks. They just get after you defensively every way you possibly can. Take a look at Phillip Rivers here. Watch Watt come off the edge like he does. And he's initially working against the tackle here. Look at the tackle turning his shoulders right to the sideline. He's going to give Watt an easy edge right here. Deflection by Alu. Going to get his hand on the football. Bush reacts to the football. Little interception. He's got 2 picks, 2 interceptions. We've seen both of them right there. 2 on the season. Now watch, this is typical Pittsburgh. Look at all the guys at the line of scrimmage. Everybody is going to get involved. Everybody might be coming. And we've seen what this is like against the Baltimore Ravens running the football. Watt, 10.5 sacks. Watch how he plays the run. Watch how Williams gets downhill and blows the whole thing up. Great play by, they consider him an outside linebacker, inside linebacker. He's going to come off Orlando Zeus Brown, come off of that. Watch Williams hit it, destroy it. He takes out my Hall of Famer, takes out tight end. I mean, you wipe 2 out. Watt makes a shoestring tackle. That's just good run defense right there by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Watch this. Barron right here is going to come on a little pressure. Running back's going to try to slide in front of the quarterback and pick him up on blitz pickup. Not so much. Bad technique. Man, you got to get your head in front. You have to square him up. Didn't do that. Hoyer's in trouble. They're all closing in on him. The entire pocket collapses once again. I mean, it's like you're throwing chum and blood in the water, and the sharks are swarming, man. That's how the Pittsburgh Steelers get after you. Let's take a look. A couple of offensive plays. McDonald here is a tight end lined up in the backfield. They're going to try to run a screen initially, and the Seattle Seahawks diagnose it. They're all over it. I mean, they got him covered. Linemen are in trouble. They're not really picking much up. Great heads-up play. McDonald says, forget the screen. I'm just going to make myself available to my young quarterback, and both of them improvise. Touchdown. Come off the screen. Just find a little opening. Take care of things. When you ad-lib, create a play. Sometimes it's better than the play that's called. Samuels may get the start at the running back position because of Connor's AC joint separation, so I'm going to have to take a look at him. A good receiver of the football. They run a lot of screens with Samuel, and this one's a very clever screen. Pouncey, who's not going to be playing, by the way, he's out. He won't be involved in the game. And the guard does a good job of not getting downfield before the ball's airborne. Now the ball's in the air, so he can go down and engage. Got to seal, engage, get the ball to Samuels in space, let him do something. They're already down big, and Samuels, his reaction right there, it didn't look like he was throwing it in. He didn't get out of second gear. He's got about 4 gears, but he had it in second gear right there.
Rudolph had his best start so far against the Bengals. That was his second NFL start. He had his worst start last week against Cleveland with 4 picks. Let's make it closer to that last game than the first one.
And I wonder if Fichtner is going to do the same thing he did with Rudolph the first time. A lot of jet sweep shovel passes, short passes for Rudolph. Went 24 for 28. Didn't throw it. One time downfield, blew a coverage for 40-yard completion. Other than that, it was dink and dunk. I wonder if they'll do that or continue to try to advance him along like they have the last few weeks. We'll see what Fichtner decides.
And see if the Bengals can knock off the Steelers. For Dave Lapham, I'm Dan Horde. Thanks for checking out Lap's Look, presented by Microsoft, here on Bengals.com.